In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the use of the C-sharp if statement. The if statement allows you to test conditions or to branch your application logic depending on a certain condition that arises. It's easier to show you than to explain what it actually does. So what we'll do is create a new project. It'll be a C-sharp console application. We'll call this 2302. We'll select OK. And in just a moment, VisualStudio.net gives us our boilerplate. So what we'll do here, we'll type in if is greater than 0, then right line, and the args 0 was passed in. So I'll explain what I'm doing here so that you can understand a little bit better. Basically what I've done is check to see how long, or in other words, how many characters was args as it was passed in. Now if you don't know what args is and what this represents, you may want to take a look at the previous video, video 2301. But we're going to check on how many characters were passed into our little application. And if there were more than 0 characters, so if there was something actually passed in, then we're going to write out what was passed in. The arg, whatever it is, was passed in. So let's do this. Let's save our application and build the solution. It built successfully, so what we'll do is we'll pull up our command window and test our application. So let's go to 2302, bin, debug, and our application is there. The first time we run this application, we'll run it with no arguments passed in. And so you can see, since we passed nothing in, our if statement was not triggered, and therefore nothing was written back out to the command window. So this time what we'll do is 2302, and we'll type in Scott, and this time we see that the arg Scott was passed in, just as we would have expected. So now let's extend our example just a little bit more. We'll minimize our command window, and we'll add an else statement. Now, the else statement allows us to test the opposite condition, or in other words, write code for the opposite condition. So when the args.length equals 0, then this will occur. So that right line, nothing was passed in. So let's save this, build it again. It built successfully. So we're going to type in 22 this time. We're not going to pass in anything and see what happens. And the text, nothing was passed in, appears, just as we would have expected. Great. Now what we're going to do is minimize our command window and talk about how to input multiple lines within our if statements. If, for example, we want to add more than one line to our else statement, or this could be true of the if statement as well, we would add, let me just do this real quick. We'll add these little brackets, these curly braces, and this allows C# and the compiler to know that there's actually multiple statements that are true here. So if we do hit this condition, we'll see nothing was passed in and hi there. So let's save this and build the solution. And then let's run it one more time. So this time we see nothing was passed in and hi there. The reason is because both of those statements fell within the else statement as denoted by the brackets. Brackets are very, very important to C#. You'll notice that brackets help to group multiple lines of code. In this case, here at the static void main level, you'll notice the very next line contains a curly brace and another curly brace at the bottom. That means everything from here down is contained within our function static void main. Okay? Hope that makes sense. So this is the if statement in C#. Hope that this made sense and that it helped you understand C# just a little bit better.